Hey everybody, it's Kristi with Real Deep Stuff, and I'm here with my sister-in-law,
Michelle. Hello.
Yay! And we are still in Spain, and wanted to catch you guys up. We just finished our second day of walking. Before we talk about today, I wanted to brag on my sister-in-law for a second, because on the way to the airport when Bruce was taking us, I said, there's something I haven't told Michelle yet. I knew she was sitting in the back seat. I was like, about the trip, I don't know if she's going to want to, cancel it with me. And Michelle's, looking in the back seat huh? I said, so here's the deal. We're a very huggy family, and I don't know that I can go almost 3 weeks without a hug. I think that might really mentally mess me up. So, and you said something like, are you going to need hugs? I was like, maybe. Our family hugs a lot. So after we took our picture by the first town, we were getting ready to start. And I don't know, maybe I had a look on my face, or what was it? Because what made you want to say that?
It popped in my head and I thought of it. So I just asked you if you need a hug.
And I was like, yes! I think I kind of ran and jumped on you a little bit. And you gave me a big, long, tight hug, and I just love that so much. And I was like, oh, she heard me.
Well, yeah.
It was really fun. It's a good moment. All right, so yes, we had a good day yesterday. How many miles did we walk yesterday?
Well, the trail said 8, but then...
we went off and did our own thing again.
Yeah, Yes, because we went ahead of the walk.
Yeah, we scouted out the next town.
Yeah, and then we had to walk back.
Yeah, and there's always the walk back part.
So I forgot what my watch said, but we walked a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then today, we did about 6 miles on the trail, but my watch tonight said 9.5 miles all in, because then we get to the next town and we want to walk everywhere and explore all that. So that was really fun. So this morning we got up and we had breakfast at the place. We didn't really explain yesterday that we are doing the travel agency that takes your bags. They book every one of your stays, so that's awesome. And then they carry your bags from one place to the next. And for people who say that that's cheating and not real backpacking, I say pish posh.
Exactly. How many people have we passed that have had injuries?
It's frightening. Well, just today. Yesterday too.
Yeah, and they have to end the first day on the walk. They have to end their trip.
Yeah. We saw the one man that fell in the rocks and fell on his face, and they had an ice pack on his teeth, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I hope his teeth are okay.
People carry too much. They walk way too far.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We saw another person today that's going home tomorrow after her first day of walking, because she fell and twisted her knee. And there was another injury that we saw. Oh, you saw those guys' bloody feet at dinner.
Yeah.
That's gross.
That was.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder how he's doing today. Yeah. So we're like granny walking.
No, it's the relaxed version.
I'm sorry, the relaxed version. I told Michelle, I said, with every person I see injured, I walk slower. Because I just want to make it to the end, And accidents happen. It's very, very rocky terrain out here. So today we had breakfast. So our breakfast, you get to choose the pilgrim menu, which is, how would you describe that?
Most of them, they've been more, I would say, Americanized. Mm-hmm. Except for the one today. Mm-hmm. It was more for this area.
Yeah. So we've learned that a Spanish omelet is eggs with potatoes mixed in.
And cheese.
And cheese, which is very good. A French omelet is like a fried egg, plain. And then,
it's almost like an omelet plain with nothing.
Yeah, like no salt and pepper, no nothing.
Yeah.
And then their version of fried eggs is what we would call, what would you call those? Sunny side up or some gross thing
delicious.
Like that? Fundamental differences between us. You like your yolk running all over the plate. I'm like, cook it till it's crusty. Yeah, so their version of fried eggs today came out, and the yolk was like a balloon, and I thought, I don't know. So then I honestly just wouldn't have been able to eat it. And I try not to be that picky, but I kind of, the lady came back over and I kind of poked it a little bit with my fork, and I said, she understood what I was saying, so she was like, okay. So she took it back, and you could tell they cooked it a little longer, but all it did was really cook the outside. But you know what? It's all good. Thankful to have food. So, then we had toast.
Yes.
And what was the other thing we had? There was another thing for breakfast. Fresh orange juice.
Oh, you had ham. I had bacon.
Oh, yeah, the ham. Yeah, so your bacon was more like...
undercooked.
It was more like what we would think of as like ham texture. A little thicker, softer. Yeah, undercooked.
Yeah.
My ham is a dried meat. And I said it was like chewing salty bubblegum. Not complaining, just noting the differences between the language barriers. I thought ham was like ham, like in America. It was still, it tasted good. It's just the texture was... I think I said I was going to be digesting that all day. Okay, so then we set off on our walk. And...
then I guess...
we saw the cows coming out.
Yes, they were being herded again.
Yeah, so yesterday when we saw them, it happened to be the same time of day. I can't believe it. But we were on the other side of the gate, literally. So all I got was cow butt in my pictures. And it's not pretty. And then I was like, oh, I wish I was on the other side of the cows to like see their faces, you know. And today, oh my goodness, we're just walking along. Different farm, the whole thing. And next thing you know, all the cows are coming down the path.
I thought it was funny how the wife was the one leading them.
Well, I don't know. Do I need to say anything more about that? And then they had their little dog, like herding dog, not an Australian Shepherd. It was just like, it looked kind of like a mutt, but he was on his job, you could tell. So we got to see the front side of the cows this time. That was kind of fun. Yep. And then we found the little cafe.
Yes. And yep, all we had there was got water.
But it was so cool because like in the middle of nowhere,
That's true.
it's like farmland, and then this like albergue that's super modern and new, and they had music playing, like bossa nova playing, and cheesecake. And
I wish we were hungry.
I know, we had just eaten all that breakfast, and the cheesecake looked glorious.
It did.
I know, it was sad to pass that up, but that was a lot for like 9 a.m.
And that would look like real cheesecake.
It did, and she'll explain why in a minute. So that was hard to pass up. But yeah, that place was super cool, and that was definitely a pit stop for everybody. Everyone was taking off their shoes and airing out their feet and laughing over their cafes, and that was really, really fun. That was fun, because it was just in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. Yeah, today was like a real mix of different terrain. We got a lot of good overlooks out into farmland and more flowers everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we came to this is really cool. I tweaked my back 5 seconds literally before we were starting to walk the Camino. I have an old back injury. It is what it is. It's just my sad life. So it's injury from when I was 15. So I have to deal with it. And sometimes if I do something wrong, my back gets very mad at me, and then it's a big thing. And I sat on the toilet wrong. Like, right, we were like, okay, one more last go before we start the walk. And it's just the way I got up, and it just tweaked it. And I thought, no, because I know what that means. And it could be days or weeks before it's back to normal. So anyway, I haven't wanted to complain a whole lot about that. I've tried not to, but it's been quite painful. And so I was just like asking God, I'm like, please, please like heal my back. And so we came to the reason I mentioned it, we came to a T where the Camino, we're walking down the Camino road, and then it has signs to go left or go right into the next town we were going to. And we had heard very scary things, that right before you come to a bridge, there's this really scary decline, like treacherous. And I had been fixating that all day. I'm like, my back is never going to make it down that. It's just not. I'm going to have to sit and slide down it. And so we're standing there at the sign, and one sign said, like, original or traditional.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And the other sign,
I couldn't understand what that was.
it was alternative.
Okay, yeah.
They just spelled it with like not an E. And so we're standing there like, what's the difference? We had no idea. And so there were other Camino pilgrims. No one else could understand it. We all just kind of stood around. And I'm thinking, this is not good. We have a 50-50 shot at picking the right one. And lo and behold, this dude drives up in one of these Camino, like, tourist limousine vans type of deal. And I just looked behind, and there he was, and I was like, oh! And I pointed to the signs, like, which one? And so he stops, gets out of the car, comes over, and we all crowd around him. He leads us to a map, and he's trying to talk to us in Spanish, and basically was telling us that the traditional way was the scary way, and there were pictures on a board. But, like, none of the pilgrims saw this board, and he had to point it out to us. And it basically looked like a 30-foot mudslide. It looked scary. And he's like, that's the traditional way. For 1 more kilometer or longer, you can take the not scary way. It's a second option.
And it was still pretty steep.
It definitely had its moments. We were like, oh, slow down. But we were so thankful. And I was just like, okay, that was so God. Because we were out in the middle of the country where we had gone through like remember the little villages?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't it feel like you're at a Renaissance festival or something? But they were real.
They were.
Yeah, what was the one sign about a smoothie?
Oh.
I think it's like, if you're feeling woozy, come inside and have a smoothie.
Yes.
That was cute. So there's life in these little villages, but the buildings look ancient. And they have so much character. I was taking pictures all over the place. It was beautiful. So we chose the alternative route. And then we came to the bridge.
The windy bridge.
Yes. You want to tell them about the bridge?
It's windy. I had to hold on to my hat. Anything that was... Yeah. It was like pushing me, literally.
Yeah. They had guardrails on the sidewalk on both sides. So you can't be blown into the traffic. And my hat flew off, but I caught it like on the very edge of the thread, or else it had been gone. So we were very happy to see the bridge.
It was a long walk over the bridge.
It was a proper river. It was a big, big, big river. Then we get over there and we were like looking at the city map, like, okay, we got to go up all these stairs and we're going to go find our albergue that we're in tonight. And when we got to the top, we saw the big city sign, those 3-dimensional signs you had to take a picture of. And so Michelle asked a lady sitting by it if she would take our picture. And we started talking that she was traveling with her sister-in-law too. And unfortunately, they're from Ireland. Very nice. Josie and Marion. And unfortunately, Marion is the one that wrenched her knee. And it was on her first day of the walk. And they were going to have to leave. And I felt so awful. There's a lot of plan and prep that goes into these. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just was feeling God telling me to pray for her. I thought, I don't know how that's going to be received. But sometimes, when God's talking, it's an obedience issue that you need to obey, or you're just disobeying. And so after we had lots of great conversation with them, the 2 ladies, their last name, I can't remember, it was like a Mick something, and my paternal last name is Mick something, and we were laughing because they're like, well, all the Micks are related somehow. And I was like, well, we're probably related in some shape or form. But I just felt this big compelling, so I asked her if she wouldn't mind if I prayed for her knee, and she was very surprised. I didn't know she was going to let me, but she did. I held her hand and we prayed, and just really hope that God will meet her knee where she's at, and that they'll have safe travels home. And we met more people. We met a couple from Australia last night, Jacqueline and Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah, they were fun.
They were.
They stayed where we stayed. But they seem like they're pretty well versed in their travel. Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, how long have they been gone? What?
6 weeks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they'd already been to other countries
Paris,
and stuff.
yeah.
That was cool. So, yeah, and then the woman we met, I mentioned her before, Debbie. We actually wound up having dinner with her last night.
Didn't see her today, though.
No, she's here somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, she asked if she could eat dinner with us, and we were like, absolutely. So that was very lovely.
It was.
Yeah, she told us that if we're ever in the UK, that we should look her up and we could stay with her. And I think she meant that.
Oh, of course.
She's very, very nice.
Just didn't get her number.
Oh, I think we were just assuming we see her again.
Yeah. And we might.
So. Yeah, I hope so. So today we ran all over the city of, I can't say it.
Porto Marin.
Porto Marin. I just can't. And we were a little bit tired this afternoon and just kind of needing to pick me up. And you had been wanting to find gelato. And the first place we went to...
Yeah, pick it out of the freezer in a cup.
Basically a grocery store went. And we were like, no. So we kept walking.
And we found it. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but there's others along the trail.
Oh, we're going to find all of them.
Oh, yes. It was really good and creamy.
I think it's the creamiest frozen dessert I've ever had in my life. It was awesome. And I had banana and strawberry.
Banana and mocha.
Yep. So that was, that was really good. So then we were walking all over town and discovering all that. And we went to the pharmacy and I asked him if he had any cream for lower back pain. And I don't know what he gave me, but it's like amazing. It's not in English. I'm going to have to look it up because this is an amazing product. Instant relief. So very, very grateful for that. And then we had dinner.
Yes.
You sound so excited.
Yeah, thankfully that gelato filled me up. My fried eggs were good. They were very good. Mm-hmm. But the chorizo, not what I'm used to. And then I tried to venture out. I had Galatian soup.
How was that?
Very bland.
Oh, was it? It looked kind of green.
Yeah, I picked around the green stuff.
Of course you did. I had something called Russian salad, like the appetizer. Honestly, it was like a kitchen sink thing. I thought, he said it was a potato salad, and I thought, okay. But it was like potatoes, green beans, carrots, peas, whole green olives. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
And what I didn't tell you was tuna.
I heard him say too.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear that because I probably wouldn't have picked it. And so it was very interesting. It was not bad. I felt like I was having local flavor, which was good. The beef stew that I had, they marinated in wine, and that was actually, we think it was more like a pot roast, and it reminded me of Ireland, really, with the green peas. That was really good. Actually, the meat was super tender.
It's much better than mine.
Yeah. I kept offering you more. It was big servings. So then for dinner, dessert, we've had the Santiago cake 3 nights in a row. So we were both feeling like maybe something different.
Yes. So we had cheesecake because we saw that delicious cheesecake earlier.
Yes.
And they bring it out. It looked like a block of cream cheese.
But it jiggled like
yes,
Jell-O.
Like Jell-O, yes.
we couldn't figure it out.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't cheesecake.
It was the oddest texture. It was kind of like Jell-O mixed with
milk,
rice pudding without the rice, flavored like cream cheese. Was that fair? Yeah.
And some vanilla.
It wasn't bad.
No.
But it wasn't cheesecake. And they said it was homemade. So I've never seen like Jell-O-y jiggly cheesecake before. But it wasn't bad. I don't know that I'll want it again, but
no.
But we tried it. We ate it. And, it's all good. So tonight we get to stay at an albergue and we did laundry. That was huge.
Needed laundry.
Wasn't there a lady like stalking you?
Yes. Waiting for mine to finish.
Because we were taking turns. You were babysitting the washer, and then I was going to babysit the dryer. Because it's a full house here tonight.
Yeah, so she was just waiting for mine to go off so she could swoop in.
Yeah. And we didn't want to leave our laundry because we didn't want it to go missing. So I think it was a beautiful day. It was supposed to rain and it didn't.
No, it held off till right before we were ready to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were getting ready to leave, we had stood up.
At the restaurant.
At the restaurant. And all of a sudden, the waiter comes and puts 4 plates on the table.
Full of food.
Yes.
With our plate still there.
Yes.
And my crummy placemat that I made a mess of, literally, with the crusty bread. It was a mess.
Yeah.
So I spilled butter on it.
So thank goodness we didn't sit back down because he was giving our table to someone else.
Well, I stood there going, is he trying to bring us more food? Like, it was 4 full plates of food and he didn't explain it. I was just like no words. And then I turned around and there was like some type of looked like a sports league of some kind. These guys probably in their like late teens, early 20s. And they just kept coming. I have no idea how many there were, but they just kept coming. I was like, oh, that's why they need our table. So it all worked out.
Yeah. So it's a good day.
Yeah. We each listened. You did some more of your audiobook.
Mm-hmm. And music and
Yep.
yeah.
I did my dad, and then I have another favorite podcast I listen to. And it's really nice. There's times that we talk, and there's times that we just walk.
Yep.
And so we make pretty good travel buddies. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
Other than me tweaking my back, which had nothing to do with the walk. It's so embarrassing. I can't say I was running from a bear or anything. I was just got off the toilet wrong. Other than that, like, no injuries so far. We're doing well. We're thankful. Very thankful to God. And felt his hand on today for sure. And I may go buy a few more of those tubes of whatever medicine this pharmacist gave me.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I know I got some really good stuff in Italy one time, and I think Europeans have a leg up on medicine. I really do. They've been at it longer than we have, that's for sure. Well, I think that probably wraps it up on my end. Any other thoughts you want to share about today?
I think that was it.
Yeah. So, we already said it. We did 9.5 miles all in. Like 6 we're walking, the walk. And then tomorrow we're doing 8. Not including whatever else we do after the walk.
Or is it 8.6? I don't know, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. So we're going to hit the bed early tonight. Hit the ground running early tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see. Everything's working out well. We've had hair dryers in most places. And the day it didn't, I'm really glad I had a baseball cap.
And I bought one.
Hats cover a multitude of sins. And what else? Our rooms have been very clean.
They have.
Very private. I've been really impressed. Yeah. I have no complaints. Mm-mm. And we're going to make sure your phone doesn't buzz tonight. I'm going to throw it out the window.
We'll do a test.
Every night around 3 a.m., which would be 8 p.m. her time back in the States, it starts. I'm like, ah! So anyway, it's funny. We'll get it figured out. Well, for now, we will sign off, and thank you for joining us on the journey, and can't wait to tell you about more adventures and more people we meet tomorrow. I'm glad we're doing this because I can't remember like all the countries we've been meeting people from. I think we actually met some people from New Zealand. It feels like that couple.
Well, Debbie had a friend from New Zealand.
She did, but the couple that maybe they were Australia too, that were kind of walking up behind us in the Camino didn't know if to go left or right. I can't. Okay. We'll just call it Australia because I think it was that. But anyway, so it's been super fun and already growing personally, and just excited to see whatever God wants to do with tomorrow, hoping that we'll stay in good health and all the sojourners well, because it is this. I mean, you think, well, we're gonna walk, big deal,
And beat the rain.
beat the rain. It is supposed to rain tomorrow. But we already have a plan. We're going to blow dry our shoes tomorrow night if they're wet.
If we have a hairdryer.
If we have a hairdryer. We have ponchos, so we'll be dry. I just don't know about our shoes. But yeah, it's been super fun. Really fun. Didn't know what to expect, and it has exceeded my expectations that I was imagining, as far as like the little countryside villages, and we've gotten to see some dogs today. We saw sheep. We didn't mention the sheep.
Oh, that's right. Lots of sheep.
Lots of sheep. Little tiny lambs.
Yes.
Oh, they were so cute. Leaping and jumping around. Yeah, that was really cool. That's when you like know you're not in the city, you know, and that's
the husband and wife just sitting there watching the sheep eat.
That's such a cool life. Such a cool life. So yeah, we look forward to whatever tomorrow brings. I didn't Google a whole lot. I don't like to watch movie trailers. I don't read the back of book covers. Like, I just kind of like to be surprised. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like at all.
No.
Whatever it is, it will be what it is, and we're just going to keep going low and slow. Arrive alive.
Yes.
That's the goal. All right, guys, we'll see you next time, and we're going to mash up these episodes we're going to mash up the days to make just a couple of episodes so we don't spam Spotify. So, until then, we'll talk to you tomorrow and tell you how it went.
Good night. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Hey, it is Kristi with Real Deep Stuff, and I'm here with
Michelle.
Yay! And we have finished day 3 of the Camino walk. Woohoo! Give me some vibe. Yeah! So as anything in life, it's a journey. So there's going to be highs and lows, peaks and valleys, good days and better days. What would you say today was? What's one word to describe today?
Just one word.
What? For now, one word.
Disappointing.
Yeah. And I would say challenging.
Yes, that's very good.
We had a really nice stay in an albergue in Porto Marin. And what a cute town. That was really, really cute. We got the gelato. We talked about that. And yeah, we had a good time.
We did.
Their Santiago cake for breakfast this morning was really good. That one really compared well to the first one we had, right?
It did.
Yeah.
Maybe it's meant to be eaten for breakfast.
Yeah, maybe so. Because it was served at breakfast at the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it rained pretty good last night.
Yes.
Yeah, so we thought, yay, rain is done. And today we started out gray and overcast, but it was dry. Yeah?
Yeah, just got a few sprinkles, got out the ponchos, and went away. Then the sun came out.
It heavy drizzled long enough to drag out the ponchos, put away the sunglasses, and by the time we were all shuffled with that, it stopped. So we just said that was our dry run, no pun intended, with what will happen if we ever get caught in a downpour. So that's fine. The ponchos worked fine. But today was hard.
Uphill.
The whole way. So we wound up doing about 8 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't compare to the guy at dinner who started.
Oh, that's not fair.
He started where we started, but he finished what took us 3 days. He finished in 1 day.
He did the whole thing today. That's not fair. He's the nicest guy. He's from South Korea, and he is a surgeon. And I asked him if he had vacation to do this. And I know they're different language, I think. And he said that he was leaving his job and coming back to start his own business, which is a clinic, which is awesome. So we wish him well for that. Yeah, but he's doing the whole thing in like 3 days, he said, which is insane. Mm-hmm. But good for him. Good for him. So you and I sat there at the table feeling like slugs because it took us 3 days to do what he did in one.
But that's by our choice.
That is our choice. We could have done more.
Yeah.
But yeah, today was like uphill the whole entire way. And we're talking not little, like up to the top, to where like looking out on the other not mountain, but not hill. Like tall. Short mountains or tall hills? What would you say?
These are mountains, I think.
Okay, we'll go with mountains. We hiked to the top of mountains today. A couple times we went down, and then we went right back up again, and it was unbelievable. Everyone on the path was saying how hard it was. And remember that group of guys from Ireland?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yes, how they had to be like right out of high school or something, but they're like, we should just get a taxi.
And when they said that, we felt much better. That we were like, oh. And then the sun came out. So since it had kind of rained a little bit, it was humid with full sun beating on us. It's that like Florida sticky and uphill, not really knowing how much farther we had to go. So today was kind of hard. But we did meet. So we met the really nice guys from Ireland, and I said, oh, I'm Irish, and they thought that meant I lived there, and I said, no. I said, but we've been there, and I said, oh, Ring of Kerry and Cliffs of Moher, and he's like, oh, I'm from Ring of Kerry, and I'm like, oh, so that was kind of cool. And then we met the guy at dinner from South Korea, and then who were the other people we met?
Well, we met up with Debbie again.
Oh, Debbie, our UK friend, our retired nurse friend. Go, Debbie, go. She's a powerhouse. When we saw Jacqueline and Bruce again from Australia, I think we're all doing the same, like, travel service or something. So we saw them, and then we met a guy. This is funny. We met a guy here at this albergue that we're in tonight from London, and he actually had worked for Bank of America. And he asked me, oh, are you from Charlotte? When I said North Carolina. So he's very well acquainted. I think he either worked there or lived there or something. So that was kind of a neat connection. And was it his brother or brother-in-law?
I think brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law that was with him helped design the Olympics in Barcelona in the early 90s. And so that was pretty cool to meet him. Mm-hmm. Who else did we meet? It's hard to remember. Everyone starts running together.
Yeah, I mean, we met people and just said hi and.
Mm-hmm. You know. Oh, we met the one lady that helped us with again when the Camino has two different directions.
Oh, from
arrows.
Asheville.
Yeah, she's from Asheville. I was like, oh my gosh, you're a neighbor. So that was super cool, and she helped us with going left or right. She had the app that I've tried to find, Buen Camino, and neither one of us can find it in our app store, so very happy to run into her. Oh, and in the very beginning, we were walking along, and these people passed us, and like, Buen Camino, we're like, Buen Camino, and I noticed they were English speaking, very English, and I said, where are you from? She said, Montana, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're planning to go there. What part? Oh, Glacier. And then at that point, as some more Americans walked by, and this guy goes, Glacier, love it. And all of a sudden I felt like I was home. It was like we were surrounded by Americans. That was kind of a fun moment. Mm-hmm. So I didn't take a lot of pictures. It was just not nearly as visually interesting as the last 2 days. The other days had sheep and cows and dogs and like farmland, and then little towns to walk through, lots of flowers, and this was just kind of like backcountry walking.
And by the road.
And how did you put it, how the cars drive here?
They're just fast and almost reckless.
Yeah, they kind of take some chances. Maybe we don't. And so we actually got to ride in a car today because, as I mentioned before, the minute before we were going to start this walk, I tweaked my back from an old injury, and I was like, this can't be happening. And so it's been kind of a bummer. It's kind of like inviting a relative you don't really want around you. Just like with you 24/7 is this back pain. And so we thought about going to take a taxi into the town that we'll be going to tomorrow and go to the pharmacy and talk to the pharmacist. And so the people here called for a taxi, and this guy, I have my theory. So he took us the long highway route. When I told the lady that I wanted to have a taxi to go there and come back, I guess she didn't tell him that. So he takes us the long, ching, 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 expensive way to get there. And then we're like, I said, okay, so you'll wait for us. And he's like, oh, okay. And then on the way back, we're in the car maybe 7 minutes. Didn't it feel that way?
Mm-hmm. It was fast.
We didn't get back on the highway.
No, we went the route we're going to go tomorrow.
Yeah, so I think that he thought that, I'll just take the Americans the long way. And then when he realized he had to take us back, he's like, ugh. He just took us back the back road, which we think is the way we're going to be walking tomorrow. Because we saw some.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some pilgrims. So, needless to say, that pharmacy appointment didn't go very well. There was nothing. He just kept bringing me medicine I've never heard of, but I was using my translator, and it was still medicine I never heard of, and just not comfortable with that. So I'm going to stick with my Motrin and this amazing gel that the other pharmacist gave me, and I'm going to be fine. This happens every now and then, and I'm having a wonderful time. I'm not letting it ruin it by any stretch. I'm just walking a little slower, being careful. So it's fine. Tell us about our arrangements tonight. What do you think?
It's different.
Different good? Different.
No, it's not what I expected.
Our room has some issues. So we walked in and noticed the smell. And we were just like, you kept saying, I can't put my finger on the smell. And I said, it smells like human sour, which is gross. But the room looked clean. So we're like, okay. And it's dated, and it's not like the other ones we'd been in that are swanky. Not like expensive, but like modern, and looked like something out of IKEA, right? Mm-hmm. This one is more rural country, and that's fine. That's fine. But, there's a dog you might hear outside. So you took a shower. What happened?
The bathroom flooded.
How flooded?
It was everywhere.
Yeah. I heard you make a really weird sound from the bathroom. I was like, I'm under 30-something years and I can't place that sound. You came running out with a towel on your head, dressed, and you're like, ah! I'm like, it can't be that bad. And then I look at there, I'm like,
this
is
my bad.
Gosh. The whole room was underwater. And I knew from the time we'd been in the bathroom before, like to use the toilet, I was like, I've never seen a shower that has a 0 entry not have any caulk between it and the tile. The way this room is, it needs caulk around it, and there isn't any. And there's no lip. It's a small shower. It's not a big like walk-in deal. So we figured out the smell. How did you put it? The smell?
What did I say?
Your Benadryl's kicking in. You said that it drudged up, the shower water drudged up everything from underneath the tiles. And
Yes.
And I was like, I told you it smelled like human sour. That's exactly what it is. So we have our window. The window one hinge was broken. So we had to have them fix that. So if you hear the dog, that's what's going to lull us to sleep tonight, because we have to sleep with the window open. We don't know what kind of mold or cooties have been released from the shower. So the lady had to come in, and I kept saying, please just give us towels. And instead she insisted on mopping it with a very old mop and just kind of spread it around. So yeah, we're sleeping in our walk-in clothes tonight. After Michelle's disaster in the bathroom, I said, peace out, I'm not showering. So I sponge bathed, and got all the high points, and we're in our walking clothes because we don't really want our pajamas in the bed. So this is it tonight. So today has not been like the other days. I will say the food was good.
Yes. Yeah.
Chicken was really good.
It was. And more fries.
There's been French fries at every single meal, no matter where we go.
No matter what you ask for.
No matter what you order, you get fries as a side. And the Santiago cake was good here too.
because we're taste testing all of them. So that was good. I'll probably never want to eat another one as long as I live, but no, they're very good.
Oh, and then I asked if the pudding expired.
Oh, that was fun. Tell them what happened.
Well, here they put the day of the week, then the month. So I thought that it expired.
In April 10, which is really October 4th.
Yes.
So we all had us and the doctor from South Korea had a big laugh about that. Because you like called the lady over. Well, I did. And I was like, you need to ask her about this. It's dairy. You can't eat expired dairy when we're going to walk, 8 miles tomorrow. And she was looking at you like you were nuts. And then you figured it out. You're like, oh, wait, we switched the numbers in America. Ha ha. So although today has been very, very hard and on all fronts, between the incline walk and the surprises with our room and the rain that came through, we had another big rainstorm right before dinner come through, and the power keeps going out here. But we have laughed today probably more than we ever have, and that's what you have to do. The point of today's segment is you just have to laugh, because like I've said before, my mom said you get a choice in life to laugh or cry. You might as well laugh. And you've got Lumi, so
and the day's almost over.
The day's almost over. We're going to bed. It's 9:30, and we're just gonna go to bed so we can wake up and leave. I said to Michelle that I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna find her, because they serve breakfast starting at 7, that I'm gonna find her at 10 till 7 sitting on her suitcase outside. Okay, where's breakfast? Gotta go. So anyway, I will tell you one really sweet little moment today. Debbie had been sitting with us, and she'd got her taxi and went to her place. It's a very long story, her accommodations. But I had taken a picture of this giant dog. It's like half golden, half Great Pyrenees. Mostly Pyrenees, and it's big. And it's just like this awesome lug that lays there, kind of like this little albergue's mascot. And she's not young, she's an old girl. So I had walked by and I wanted to take her picture, and she just kind of was, not really looking at me, and it's like she just decided to humor me and was like, okay, fine, take my picture. And she opened her eyes and looked at me, and I took it. And then later, she came over to me, like 2 hours later, came over to me and sat by me.
It was a she?
Her name is Coco.
Well, yes.
I haven't met too many male dog Cocos.
Okay.
I'm going with she. She's so furry you can't tell.
Okay.
But yeah, she sat by me, and I just pet her for a really long time, and she kept wanting me to pet her tummy, and no. Well, I couldn't bend over because of my back, and she was a little dirty, but yeah, she was such a sweet girl. So I made a new friend because she chose me, and I was like, you're the highlight of my day, Coco. So that was fun. Oh, you especially liked the chicken farm.
That's what they said it was. I never saw any chickens.
You didn't hear them either, because I think it's a chicken processing plant.
Oh.
We came up on this part that was stunk really bad. It was a giant manufacturing farm thing. And the guy came by, he's like, it's a chicken farm. And you said, well, I'm not having chicken tonight. But then we did.
We did. It was good.
Yes, but it smelled so bad. And we saw some cute little kittens, though, right around there that were like little baby, not infant, but like little kittens. They were really cute. But I think so in the other days we had some highlights with animals. I think we had more highlights with people today. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of getting used to talking more to strangers, because I've always been told, don't talk to strangers. Yeah, it's just really cool. We feel 100% safe. We're having a great time. We will look back on this and laugh on today, but I thought it would be very fitting to end this segment after the bathroom flood and the bedding. I won't even go into, just needless to say, it's not being used, and other things, the broken window and the smell, other things we won't even bring up. You got an email from we're staying
yes.
after we finish the Camino. We're going to be going down. We're planning to go down to Portugal, and one of the hotels that we're staying in there sent Michelle a email, and she started reading it to me, and it's hilarious.
Oh, where did it go? Let's see.
Just if you keep in mind the difference between what tonight at this place looks like versus what she's about to read.
You want me to read the whole thing?
Well, enough to get the point.
Okay. Well, they want to know about our room, like the bed size, which we've already done. Any allergies?
Well, yeah, read some of the wording because it's so fluffy.
Oh, okay. For a relaxed and well-rested night, we recommend to choose one of our 4 turn-down service incenses to be placed in the room. Lavender, sage, eucalyptus, non. Do you have a dietary preference? Would you prefer discover culture and or gastronomic activities? Shopping, another choice. Let's see, then it goes on. After a long day of exploration, they invite us to their restaurant and
Transport service,
and we highly advise you to guarantee your seat in advance at their restaurants. Just going out of their way to make sure our stay is perfect.
It kills me, the part about choosing one of 4 scents, because when we came in, we immediately noticed fragrance, and it was a plug-in, which we all know are like terrible for your health. And the first thing we did was she was like, do you mind if I unplug the plug-in? I'm like, yeah, no, I don't smell those because they're bad. And we realized then later on that the plug-in was covering up the sour smell. And then she noticed a deodorizer out in the hall outside our door. And then you tried to help with the spray.
Oh, yeah. It's some awful floral scent.
She sprayed all this floral spray in the room. So, okay. We're going to get up early, get out of here, and make it to the next one. Hope it's a little better than this one, because they've been really good so far. Like, we've been very happy with our accommodations. Very happy. Just hoping that the next one isn't like this one.
Yeah. It's got to be better.
It's got to be better. And it's funny you said that our liaison with the transport service wanted to make sure that we take pictures and write opinions on everything. And you were like, should we do it about this one? And I was like, maybe.
Yes.
So anyway, we are still, all in one piece. We're good. We're having a good time, meeting very interesting people, and not starving at all. There's plenty of food. We brought so much food with us that I'm not sure we needed all of that, but it's all good. So anyway, that's day 3. And tomorrow we have about 7.5 miles to walk. And then once we get down to the town that we got to have a sneak peek from the pharmacy today, that's got a little bit of, shopping and like storefronts. So we'll see. We'll see what those are about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's to another day in the books. Day 3 Camino complete. Bye for now.
Bye.
Buenas noches.